Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
can.
Okay, thank you for your response. So let's start the session. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to hold on. Welcome to BIK 33003. I hope you're in the right session. Okay, so this course is critical thinking skills. Um, I can see that there are still people coming in. Do you want to wait some more or should we just start off? What do you think? I think we're missing about 9 people at the moment. Is it okay if we just start off first and let them join when they can?
Yes,
Anybody?
madam, can.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay. So I may pause for a while just to get people in, okay? All right. So this is critical thinking skills, and my name is Rina. Uh, because you guys are online, so it doesn't really matter where my office is. But if you want to know, then it's in Umar, and I communicate 100% via email. So if you want to make any appointments or if you want to inform me of anything, please let me know via email. Email me as shown on the screen. Okay. And you can also get in touch with me through my office number, um, which I will get on my mobile anyway. So you can do both. Okay. All right. Next. Oopsie. So this is just a reminder for everybody. Please double and triple check the courses that you're registering for this semester. It's online, it's 100% online for you guys. So it's a little bit difficult for us to monitor. But I want to make sure that you are registering for the right courses, the right course code. Remember, the course code for this one is BIK 33003. There's another course code, there's another critical thinking course, which is BIK 41803. That one is for your seniors under Dr. Nazri. But for you, it's BIK 33003. So if you check and then there's a mistake, you still have time to drop that course and then add this one. Okay, so I really hope that you're checking your courses really well. Okay, so I do this reminder every semester. If you have any academic issues or concerns, you can always refer to your mentor. If your mentor is unavailable, then you can go to your KPP, who is now Dr. Hisham. And hold on, oh my gosh, where is it? Okay, there you go. Who is now Dr. Hisham. Or if he's unavailable, then you can get in touch with Dr. Nur Azan, the Deputy Dean. And finally, if not, then you can come to me. Okay. All right. Next. So class rules. Normally, if let's say the class is done physically, then this is my rule where I do a 5-minute lockout. So if you're not in in that 5-minute grace period, then you won't be in. But because today's is your first class, so a little bit lenient. But for next classes, please be on time. You have your schedule. If you need to be late, please email me or please inform your class rep. Okay. And even though this is an online course, you're joining us 100% online. But I really hope that you wear formal attire when you join the classes. I know you're not going to switch on your cameras and everything, but just in case, if you will or you would have to switch on the camera, then at least you're proper. Okay, this will also be informed later on after, when I mention more rules. Okay, so absence. If you're unavailable for any reason at all, whether it's health issues, whether it's, I don't know, any relevant and plausible reasons, give the reason by giving me the MC or the show cause letter after 1 week of being absent. If not, you'll be considered as absent without valid reason. Okay, if let's say you're gonna write me the show cause letter, then the show cause letter must be signed by your mentor or your academic advisor. And since you're at home, digital signature is also accepted. Okay. Um, this is in relation to the next one. Warning letters will be sent after 3 absence without any valid reason. Okay, and this will be strictly enforced if, let's say, you're absent without any valid reason for more than 10%. The first warning letter will be issued. If, let's say, it's more than 20%, you will be barred. Okay, so there will be first warning, second warning, and the third warning, and then you will be barred from taking exam or the final assessment. Okay, so the 20% is actually more than 8 hours. How we calculate this is that if, let's say, you miss one lecture, so one lecture is 2 hours, right? So you're already missing 2 hour lecture. So you're missing that 2 hours. If, let's say, you're missing 3 hours of lecture, so 3 lectures, so that means you're missing 6 hours of lectures. Okay, and this also include the tutorials. So this is a reminder to everyone. Next, absence. Okay, so because we're doing online, so if, let's say, you say that, I understand sometimes at home the connection may not be well, or you're having limited access to the internet, then I need proof. Okay, you could either snap a photo or record a video of what's going on. Sometimes you may say, I've heard students saying that their house had power outage. So that's another also, I think, if, let's say, there is a power outage, so take a photo or record a video and then email it to me. Okay, if not, you'll be considered absent. But there is a leeway to this. I'll explain a little bit later on how we can help you to avoid this kind of issues. Okay, next, final weeks and assessment weeks. Okay, we have students going for holidays, going for extracurricular activities during the final weeks, where most of these final weeks, we have final assessments, there are assessment weeks, and you will see how it is with our assessment when I show you the course information and course assessment in a little bit. Okay, so please make sure that if you do have, or if you want to plan for family holidays and everything, do not do it during the final weeks. Okay, next. Now, late submission for your assignments, because it's 100% online, so all assignment, all tests will be done online. So I will not accept these excuses, whether you say there is no or slow network. Like I said, we'll go around this later. If, let's say, you give me, you're saying like you did not read the instructions carefully, I will not accept the submission. You're saying that you're not aware that it should be submitted individually, will not accept that submission. Not aware of the due date, this is not acceptable. So time management, if you think you have time management issues, then please, please, please make sure that you take care of this. Why do I say time management? Because sometimes when you do an assignment online, so you need time to convert to write or to type, and then to convert the document to PDF, and then to upload, and then to submit. If you know that you have limited internet access, do it within the time that you have. Okay, if, let's say, the test says 9 to 11, for example, for 2 hours, then it has to be submitted within that. So you have to actually finish finish attempting the assignments much earlier, or finish attempting the test much earlier. Okay, so give that maybe 30 to 35 minutes of grace period for you to do the conversion, the uploading, and also the submission. Okay. Okay, next one. All right, next. So this is one of the examples of my former students. emailing me for, I would say, asking me to be a little bit lenient, and the reason the carry mark wasn't released was because he or she did not submit well. When I say that, sometimes if it's a group work, then you have to normally submit it by group, but I would require you to submit it individually. This is very important. Okay. The all the instructions will be given to you. Don't worry about it. So have a look at the instructions very, very carefully. Next is this one. This is another example, okay, of this person not submitting it well, not submitting it correctly. Okay, so please make sure that you follow the instructions that I will share with you. This instruction is also available to you on Calib, which I'll share in a little bit. Okay. Now, this is plagiarism issue. Okay, so this was not my student. This is a student of my colleagues. So what happened was that when they did the writing, they plagiarized from somewhere else. So my colleague actually gave them a 0. Okay, so this is possible. This is academic integrity. Please make sure that you don't plagiarize. I will check on Turnitin. I will check on ChatGPT or on any AI tools unless you're given the permission to use it. Okay, because for this course, there is an assignment where you need to use ChatGPT or AI tools. Okay. Next, in terms of punctuality and attitude. So I really hope that you're punctual. I mentioned this much earlier on, and your attitude. When I say attitude, I meant your participation in classrooms, whether you join all the sessions, whether you attempt all the activities that are given to you. These are all the deciding factors determining whether you're getting an A versus A minus. Okay, where your marks are within the borderline of B's and C's, or B minus and C plus, maybe D, C minus. So all of these will be the deciding factor. Okay, so I want you to take this into consideration when you participate in classes. Okay, any questions so far? Anybody? Okay. If not, can we continue? Okay, so I have a 10-second rule where if there's no response from anybody, I'll proceed suggesting that everybody agrees. All right. Now, like I said earlier, I use email 100%, so you don't have to get in touch with me via mobile. If you want to make appointments where it be face-to-face or virtual, please make an appointment at least a week before. Email it to me a week before to consult. You can, and not after midnight, okay? Because I wouldn't check my emails after midnight. And then you can make appointments to consult. Also, you can send it to me and then I'll reply. Okay, so once you send it to me and I will reply, so I need you to check your emails or your spam every day. Okay, especially after you send the email, because sometimes students say they don't get my replies, but it's actually in the spam. So I want you to be a little bit active on this, because we're using emails and I do check my email every day. Okay, so I need you to do the same, especially after you've emailed me for consultation or for appointments. Okay, next. Okay, this is something that I want everybody to take note of as well. When you email me, introduce yourself, who you are, which group you're from, and then the reason why you want to email me. Or, for example, in this email here, this person wants to make an appointment, but obviously don't make an appointment with me tomorrow if you're emailing it to me today, because it's a little bit difficult for me to schedule you in. Okay, and then say thank you, and then kind regards and your name. You can also put in your student ID if you want. Okay, next. Now, We'll be using Clip, SPB, and Teams. Okay, I'm still thinking about using Teams because basically what we're doing on Clip is something that I plan to do on Teams could also be done on Clip. So I'll see. Has anybody used Teams before when you're here on campus? Did any of your lecturers use Teams?
No, madam.
No, okay. No problem. So I think Teams is a little bit heavy, especially for you guys who are at home with limited internet access. So I think probably we'll use Clip and SPB, and we'll meet using Google Meet. Okay. I'll share the link for every week with Samiza, the class rep. Okay, so all assignments will have to be submitted through Clip and SPB. So it's both. Okay, the reason why we're using both is because on Clip, it's your submission where we have to use Clip um, that is required by the university. With SPB, it's your marks where we can give you the marks, and then we can, for example, if you've done the test, then we can show you the marks right away from SPB. Okay. Have you used SPB before?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm glad to know so that I don't have to show you. Okay, we have one more student coming in. Okay. All right. So, but the test will be done on Calip. Okay, because Dr. Nazri, we're sharing Calip with Dr. Nazri, who's teaching 3A and 3B. So we'll use Calip instead. Now, this is the name of Calip. Okay. If you have access to Clip, could you please have a look whether you've got access to this? You must enroll it. I just wanted to confirm whether you can join without the enrollment key. Can someone help me to check, please? You can check the um Clip on here. Let me just have a look. So from my understanding, if you actually go into Clip and then you find the critical thinking skills 2U2H, okay, so that's the name of the course, and then try if you need to put in the let me see, where is it? If you need to put the enrollment key, let's see. Anybody is trying? Can you let me know? Yes.
Yes. You need to put the enrollment key first, and then
Okay. So can you try putting BEN3?
okay, done.
I can enroll, madam. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Great. So now if you look at your clip now, then you'll have access to it now. So you'll be in groups band 3C. Okay. So that whenever I this is important. Why? Because whenever I post activities and I only want you to see it, remember we're sharing this with Band 3A, Band 3B, and Band 3C. But if I want only you, Band 3C, to see it, then I need you to be in the group of Band 3C so that Band 3A and Band 3B will not be able to have access to what I post on Click because we're sharing the course. Okay, so thank you so much for those who have managed to try it, and then you can try at your own time if you don't have access to it further later on. Okay. All right, netiquette. So because this is online, like I said earlier, be punctual. Inform me by email or your classmates of any issues. If let's say you can't join online or anything, please let me know. And then attire, like I said earlier, it has to be appropriate if your camera is on. I understand that sometimes you don't want to switch on your camera, which is understandable, but if you are presenting, the camera has to be on. Okay. And IT savvy generation. So mute your microphone unless you want to speak, like what you're doing today. Thank you so much. And be responsive as much as you can, either verbally, like what you're doing now, or written, like some of you are sending messages on chat. Okay, so during COVID, we had students lying down while joining classes. You know, the thing is, I'm okay with you lying down, but don't switch on your camera. I don't want to see you lying down. One. I also see students driving while joining the classes. I understand sometimes you may have to go somewhere for certain reasons or whatever, so you have to be driving. But I don't advise you, or I strongly don't advise you to do that, because it's one, you can't focus with your classes while driving. Two, you may hit people. We don't want that while driving and then listening to classes. Okay. And if you are driving, do not switch on your camera. So make sure that your camera is not on. Make sure that you're muted. Okay. And we also have students exercising during class. So we can see people running or walking during classes. That is also not advisable. Okay. Next. Now, this is a Google form, which I will share with you now. I may as well share it with you now on chat. You can have access to this. So here is where you will register your groups. Okay, there are 3 assignments where you have to have registration. The first one is the written assignment, presentation 1, and the video documentary. Okay, so then chat. I'm sure you have the access now. So for the written assignment, it's not 2 to 3 people. It's, I think it's 4. It's 3 packs per group, except for one group, there'll be 4 people. Okay, let me say that again. One group of 4. Okay, one group, 4 people, 4 written assignment, and the others 3 per group. Okay, so first come, first serve if you discuss with your friends. And the numbering of these groups, like you see here, group 1, group 2, group 3, they're not the sequence of your presentation or anything. Okay, they're just numbers that I made so that I can have a reference to it. Okay, so presentation, there's going to be 4 people per group, so we'll have 10 groups. There are 40 of you, right? Am I right? There are 40 of you? I think the list that I have is 40. And then there's a video documentary as well, 4 per group as well. So you can register here later on. This is due until the end of the week. Okay. And your registration here will be considered as your tutorial attendance. So we will not have tutorial this week unless you request for it. Okay. Okay, any questions so far?
Doctor,
Yes.
for our class, we only have 38.
Oh, 38.
Yes.
What happened? Who are the other 2 who are not supposed to be here?
One quit Uniza and the other one transfer course.
Can I get the name, please, Samiza?
Yeah, doctor.
Do we have the names?
For the first one is Nurul Balkis.
Balkis. Nurul Balkis. Nur Nazira Balkis?
No.
Oh, Nurul Balkis Zainuddin.
Yes.
Okay. The other one?
I forgot the name for the other one.
Can you let me know once you find out? So we have 38. That means the numbering will change a little bit in terms of grouping. I'll update on, but shouldn't change much. but it's okay. I'll update on Clip. Okay. So in relation to that, I wanted to show you, if let's say you're on the Google Sheet, right? You can see written assignment, presentation 1, 2024-25 video documentary, and attendance. So as you can see here, I've made an online attendance. Okay, just show you quickly. Okay, so every week, this is what we're going to do. Okay, I will call your name every week. Then I will tick here so that you'll know. So we don't have Balkis anymore. Okay, so
Doctor,
yes,
for the other person is Adani Iriani.
Adani. Okay, it's this one. Okay. I'll remove their name in a bit. Okay, thank you, Samiza. So we have 58. So you can have a look at your attendance here. If you feel like what I've ticked is wrong, please let me know, okay? And you can see here, I've made some legends. All right, so if you give me your MC, it's gonna be in green, absence without a valid reason in red, absence with valid reason in orange. Will be issued the first warning letter in purple or pink, and on the verge of getting the first warning letter. It's this color. I think this is pink, isn't it? Okay, which you can't access. Okay, so you can't change anything here, but you can change on the other Google Sheets, on the other sheets. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. So replacement classes, okay. You can refer to class schedule. So far, I don't see any issues. I think except for Sunday, I'm gonna have to check on Sunday, next Sunday. But I think I'm free in the morning, but I have a meeting in the afternoon. But don't worry, I'll keep you updated on the classes from the the document that I'm going to share with you in a bit. Okay, the course information. Or the class schedule. There's also a class schedule I've made for you. Okay, so now that we're done with that one, let me show you what I have here. Okay, so this is the course information. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, the name of the course is Critical Thinking Skills, and this is the code, and my name is Zorina, and then it's a 3-credit course. Okay, so the first week, which is this week, introduction, oh sorry, should be introduction to critical thinking. Okay, so I've mentioned the class rules. I'm going to explain to you the course details. I'm going to explain to you the assessment in a bit, and plagiarism and APA and SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, now let's have a little bit of a chat. From the course, the name of the course, Critical Thinking Skills, what do you think you're going to learn? Anybody?
I think we are going to learn about how we mm, how we solve problems.
How we solve problems? Yes, that's correct. So maybe the techniques or the strategies that we could use in solving problems. Anybody else? You can also send your response on chat. What do you think you're going to learn? Like KBAT. KBAT is CCTS, isn't it? Critical thinking skills. Yes, creative and critical thinking skills. That's correct. Anybody else? Analyzing and evaluating, very good. You're going to learn how you can analyze certain topics, or this is also one of your assignments where you're going to have to analyze certain issues. And how are you going to analyze that? What it means by analyzing, what it means by evaluating. We're going to take a look at this. We're going to discuss this information. Anybody else wants to share? If not, I'm going to proceed. Okay, so this is week 1. I've made the dates here, so the schedule will be here. You can refer to this. Okay. Oh, you don't have access to this, do you? Never mind. I'll give it to you in a bit. Okay. All right. So the dates, and as you can see here, the group in charge. So I'm in charge of this week. Okay. The reason I'm saying this is because with our class, we're going to do a little bit different compared to your other classes, I would assume, where we're going to do flipped classroom. What flipped classroom means is that you'll be the teacher and I'll be the facilitator. Okay. But for week 2, I'll still be in charge. So I'll share with you, I'll be teaching you on this topic 1 and topic 2. Okay. However, starting from week 3, 1, week 4, 2, week 3, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9, and week 13, you'll be doing the teaching. Okay, so as you can see here, this one will be done by me. Okay, I want to see you teaching. So there's going to be a textbook which you can refer to. I'll share it on Clip. Okay, and as you can see, hold on. Not this one. Oopsie, sorry, not this one. Where is it? Okay, this one. Okay, as you can see here at the end on the Google Sheet, this one, this weekly presentation. Okay, this is what it means. So this weekly presentation is when you'll be presenting. So this is your group. You have to choose your groups well. Okay, and each group, because we have 8 topics, that makes it, I wanted to make it 5 per group, 5 people per group, but since you have 38, so I'll make adjustment a little bit. Okay, some of you may have only 4 people in the group, but mostly we'll have 5. Okay. Okay, so hold on, where is it just now? So as I mentioned, each of you will be in charge of one topic. Okay, so we'll be doing this together, and our classes will be on Sunday, right? So I want the slides to be submitted to me Saturday, the before Sunday. Okay, on Saturday before Sunday, before your presentation. So for example, week 3, okay, whichever group will be in charge, and on Sunday is the 20th, so I need the slides on the 19th of October. Okay, when you give me the slides, I'll have a look at it. You can also send me a draft of the slides, and I'll have a look at it, and I'll confirm whether what you have shared there is correct or not, if it's enough or not. If let's say it's not enough, if let's say I feel like the information that you put there is wrong, then I will make it a point to tell you. If you send me the draft earlier, then I'll be able to tell you, I'll be able to advise you. But if you give me the slides maybe on Saturday, then I won't have the time to have a look at it. So what I'm going to do is, if when I see it, when I see the error, when I think there needs to be more information, then we'll actually I'll mention it during the presentation. Okay, so we'll try to do the presentation 100% live like this. Okay, but if you feel like, I want you to discuss this within your group, if you feel like some of you have difficulty in joining us fully 100% online, then please let me know so that we could probably do it asynchronous. What I mean by asynchronous is that you'll be I'll be sharing the slides, and then you have a look at the slides. If you have questions about the slides, or your friends will probably do a video, please discuss this among you guys. Okay, and let me know of the decision, so we can, I'm available, I'm flexible. Okay, either we do it live like this, but please consider those who have limited access to internet, or we can do asynchronous. So we may not have a live session like this. Okay, but what we're going to have is we're going to have slides ready by the group. Okay, and we're going to have a video of the presentation. Okay, if you can see here, let me just scroll through quickly, okay, before you see the assignment. This one. Okay, this is the flipped classroom that I mentioned. So all group members must present and must be present. The slide presented must be emailed by the group representative by Saturday. So what you have to do is you have to do research on the topics, summarize it, explain, and present. I don't want you to read. Do not read from the text. Do not read from the textbook, but present it, summarize it, understand the content, and then explain it to your friends. Okay, so you can refer to the textbook. I'll share the textbook on Clip. And the maximum duration is 1.5 hours per group. So what you're going to have to do is you record each presentation and then you upload it on YouTube and then you share the link a week after. But if, let's say, you feel like, oh, okay, as a group, you feel like, okay, you want to present live, that is fine as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is, like today, if you notice, I'm recording the session. So once the session starts, I'll record your session and then we'll share it. We'll share it on YouTube, and then you can I'll share it on Clip as well, the link. Okay. Any questions regarding this?
No.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
No.
Okay, no. So is everyone clear? So remember I mentioned to you about the class schedule. So I've made a point to take note of the public holidays. So as you can see, Thursdays we don't have class, so it doesn't really involve us for Diwali. And then we have, I think here, yeah, this one. This one, 25th and 26th of December is Christmas, and 25th is Christmas. 26th of December is Cuti Khas PDP. So we will not have classes, okay, because it's a public holiday. So there will be no tutorial this week, okay. And then 29, we're free, and here study week, which doesn't really involve us, our classes. I mean, okay. Okay, so you can have a look at the topics here. All the topics will be, you can refer to them on the textbook. Okay, so this one. All right, so now let me share with you the assessment. Oh, sorry. So this is the reference. I'll share this main reference on Clip as well. Now, the assessment. Oh, sorry. So we have 100%, right? So 30% is the final assessment. It's not going to be an exam. It's not going to be a final examination, but the final assessment, which is about 30%, will be like a case write-up, as you can see much earlier on. This one, sorry. Where is it? This one, case study write-up. Okay, so you'll have to submit this final assessment on week 14. Okay, individual assessment for this one, and I will only give you the topic or the instructions in week 12. Okay, so I will not share with you what you have to do now, but I'll share it in week 12. Okay. So another 70% is the continuous assessment. As you can see here, it's 70%. So the first 10% is a test. So the test will be done on Clip, okay, and it is based on an assigned book. So there will be 30 MCQ questions in an hour. Okay, and then your second, so it'll be done in week 7, just the week before midterm. Okay, normally with a test, some lecturers would give you a specific time, a specific date or day, and then maybe 9 to 11. And then you go in and then you do it, right? But with us, the Nazri and I, what we've discussed is that this is what I've done anyway throughout the years of teaching. I'll give you 1 week to do it. Okay. But once you start, your 1 hour clocks in. So you have to finish it within that 1 hour, whatever it is. For example, I'll make it access to you. I'll make the access available to you on Sunday morning. So from Sunday morning up until Saturday, you have all the week to do it. So you can do it at night at your own time. If you feel like at night, your after midnight, your internet access is better, you can do it then. It's up to you. There's no specific time, but you have that 1 week to attempt the test. Okay. And the test will be done on clip, as I said earlier. All right. So obviously, because it's done in week 7, so the questions will come from week 2 up until week 6, including on the ones on the assigned book that I'll share. Okay. Any questions about the test? Okay, thank you. Now, your next assignment is written assignment. Okay, this is group work. It's 20%, as you can see here. Due in week 10. Okay. And with this one, it's a group work. So like I said, you have to register with Google Sheet much earlier. So you have to write an academic paper pertaining to issues, challenges, and solutions. You have to cover all these 3, okay, on any one specific, either country, war, conflict, controversial issue, and it has to be global. Okay, it has to be global. And I want you to relate the issue to any of one of the SDGs. Okay, so now I think there's going to be about 13 groups and we have 17 SDGs. Okay, so each group, 1 SDG, or maybe 1 SDG for 2 groups lah. 2 groups. Okay. So, for example, if let's say one group has taken SDG 4, quality education, so then that group, there will be another group that can take SDG 4. If let's say 2 groups have already taken SDG 4, the other groups cannot take the SDG anymore. So it has to be a first come, first serve. Okay. So you have to give a specific title for your assignment. Use any relevant notes from the course, such as fallacies, logical reasoning, to support your argument. As we move forward, then you can see what I'm talking about. So the word limit is 1,500, excluding the cover page and references. Okay. Even though it's group work, you have to individually upload on Clip or SPD end. Okay. So I cannot stress this enough. It has to be individual. Okay. So I'll have to make changes to this later because we have 38 now. Okay. Any questions regarding assignment 1? Okay, no, I hope it's clear. I think all the instructions here are pretty clear. So remember to choose one topic related to country, war, conflict, or controversial, which are global, okay, and talk about the issues, the challenges, and the solutions, okay. So now this is where we can see your critical thinking, how you evaluate, remember, how you analyze the issue, how you talk about the conflict, for example. So it's up to you how you want to do it. Okay, next, presentation 1. So this is a presentation. What you have to do is, this is also a group work, it's 20%, okay? And it has to be presented in week 11 and 12. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to choose one English, either short story, novel, or song, and then you explain a minimum of 2 roles of the lyrics from the aspect of social, culture, politics, or you want to talk about about the short story or the novel or the song from the perspective of education, and again relate to any of the SDG. So this one is the same thing. Okay. One SDG for two groups. You may ask, can you choose the same topic? No. Okay, but you can choose the same SDG. All right. So how you relate to that? Because the previous one is you have to choose like either an issue, a conflict, war issue, anything related to global. Okay, but this one you have to choose English short story, novel, or songs, and then relate to the other aspects. Now, then you have to use any of the major relevant theory that you have learned on language or communication to support your argument and explanation. Okay, your presentation has to be done live like this. So I really hope, but again, this is negotiable. If let's say some of you feel like you really have very limited access to internet, then we can negotiate to have it recorded rather than presented live. Okay. Mm, Again, all group members must present or be involved with the presentation. The slides that you use must be emailed for evaluation. So you have to email it to me and then individually submit on Clip. Okay. And STV. Okay. Maximum duration is only 10 minutes. We're going to have 5 minutes presentation and then 5-minute Q&A. Okay. And then the grouping, I'll change it a little bit as well, because we can't then have 4 people per group. Okay. Any questions regarding this assignment? Okay. If no question, then number 4, video documentary. This is also a group work. So this one, based on the Socratic questioning approach, you have to produce a video documentary on one of the topics below. So you have to choose any of these topics. Okay. And then you have to relate this topic to language and all communication issues. Okay. Hold on. Yep. Okay. And you have to create your own title. The documentary has to be within 10 to 15 minutes. You have to analyze a minimum of 2 causes of the issue and a minimum of 2 ways on how you solve the issue, and you provide justifications with references. Again, you have to use any one major relevant theory that you have learned on language and or communication to support your argument and explanation. So this is like a majalah tiga kind of thing, or I don't know what kind of documentaries like National Geography. So the skills, the multimedia, the technology that you know that you use is up to you as long as it's good. Okay, you have to produce a good one. And the speakers or commentators must appear on the screen. So at least 1 or 2 of your members must be present. Okay, must appear on the screen. So you have to record the documentary, upload on YouTube, and individually submit the link on Clip. And this is also 20%. Okay, and due in week 6, not long. Okay, questions about this one?
No question.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I think that is all for this one. Then let's go back to the slides. Okay, so plagiarism. I mentioned this much earlier. No plagiarism is allowed. I will check on the AI tools. I will check on turning in as well. Okay. If there is plagiarism detected or too much of citation detected, then you will either get a 0 or we'll see. Okay. But there will be penalty. And when you write your assignments, you have to use APA 7. Okay, so you can have a look at the way this is done online. Okay, any questions so far? If there's no questions, let's move on to SDG. Have you heard of SDG? Anybody has heard of SDG before?
No, madam.
No? Okay, let me just download for a bit. So SDG stands for Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, and this is by UN. Okay. Okay. So I will also upload this on Click. So this is what Sustainable Development Goals are. Okay, there are 17 of them. Okay, so the idea is to transform the world to be a better place. Okay, so the first one is end poverty. Okay, second one is end hunger. Next is, oh, you can see it here actually. Okay, no poverty, number 1. Okay, number 2, zero hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. Okay, number 4, quality education. Can you see? Bigger. Oopsie. Okay, there you go. Okay, number 5, gender equality. 6, clean water and sanitation. 7, affordable and clean energy. Number 8, decent work and economic growth. 9, industry innovation and infrastructure. 10, reduce inequalities. 11, sustainable cities and communities. 12, responsible consumption and production. Number 13, climate action. 14, life below water. 15, life on land. 16, peace, justice, and strong institution. And finally, partnerships for the goal. So except for number 17, you can choose from 1 to 16. Okay. So hold on. Okay. So I've made different colors here. Okay. So you can choose whichever that you want from all these 16, except for number 17 that I mentioned earlier. You can read further from the website here. Here. Okay. They have what, so for example, goal 1, no poverty. So what is the goal? So they want to end poverty in all its forms everywhere. So there are some issues. Of course, these are related to certain countries, but if you could relate it to Malaysia with one of the assignments, you can. So it's up to you, really. You can choose any of the assignments. So do read on the SDGs and decide which SDG is most relatable to you. Okay. Any questions regarding SDG?
Madam, may I know
Yes.
whether all the SDGs we have to relate,
No,
we relate all the SDGs to the local issue?
no, it depends on the assignment. For example, hold on, let me see. Okay, for example, this one, right? This assignment, presentation 1. Okay, presentation 1. So you have to choose one English short story, novel, and song. So it doesn't say here that whether it's local or global. So if, let's say, you choose the English novel and then you can't see its relation to Malaysia, then you can look at it from the perspective of other global issues. Okay, the same thing as this one. This one specifically talked about global issue. So it has to be global. It cannot be any local issues. And you have to relate to any of the SDG, only one. Okay. And I think this one, no SDG, this one. So video documentary, there's no SDG related, but a presentation one and presentation and assignment, written assignment, you have to relate to. So basically 2 assignments you have to relate to SDG. The first one has to be global because the issue has to be global. The second one is up to you whether you want to choose a local issue or a global issue, as long as you relate to the aspects of social, culture, politics, education, or whatever, and then relate to any of the SDGs. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, if there's no more question, then let's proceed. Okay, so I can confirm that Samiza is the class rep, right? So I need you to check your email, Samiza, a lot of times. Okay, hopefully you check it every day. Because sometimes if let's say I can't make it to class, then I'll update Samiza about it. Okay. Now, weekly presentation and activity. So we have the weekly presentation that will be assigned to you. So that's one. And that weekly presentation, please decide whether you want to do it synchronous, live like this, or asynchronous, not live. So you can have access to the video presentation by your friends, the slides by your friends, at your own time. So you don't have to be here 11 to 1 Sunday every day, every Sunday. Okay. But if you do feel like, okay, you need to have some contact with me, I am more than happy um, to make the session happen. Okay. And how do I know whether you have read the presentations or not? If let's say we do it asynchronous, right? How do I know whether you've read the presentation? So normally with that presentation, I will give you one short or brief activity to do. So once you attempt that activity based on the presentation, then you'll be considered as present for the week. So for example, next week I give you I give you a set of slides. I give you a set of slides, and then you answer or you attempt the activity that I give you, and then you consider it to be present for week 2. Okay. But that is for you to discuss and decide among all of you BEN3C. Okay. And the same thing with tutorials. If you feel like, okay, you want to make it asynchronous, so I can give you the activity, and then your attempt to that activity is considered as your attendance. Okay. So Samiza, can you take charge of this, discuss with your friends, and then let me know of the decision?
Okay, Doctor.
Thank you. Okay, so this is the CLO. CLO is course learning outcome. Course learning outcome. So the first CLO is analyze the cause and effect of certain cases in contemporary language issues. Okay. Sorry, contemporary language and or communication issues. So for this one, it'll cover your test, your presentation one, the video documentary, and your case write-up, which is the final assessment. CLO number 2, organize ideas with confidence in a group pertaining to global issues intellectually. So this will cover your written assignment. And finally, display critical thinking of the relevant theories to debate the contemporary issues. So this one will cover presentation 1 and video documentary. So here, as you can see, there's the element of debate. But when we talk about debate, it doesn't mean that you have to debate verbally, but rather when you do the analysis, right? When you do the evaluation of the issues, as the assignments. So when you evaluate, when you talk about the causes, the effects, you suggest a few solutions. So those are considered as elements of debate in this context. Okay. So this percentages makes up 100%. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Now, obviously, this is not applicable to you because sometimes you have to use your mobile when you're online or anything, right? But the idea is, like I mentioned earlier, in terms of netiquette, the idea is to respect the session, to respect the lesson. Okay, if you were to have live sessions, then please make sure that you have you focus on the session itself. Okay, now this one. In relation to the previous photo here, I also want to make sure that you understand. Sometimes I want you to understand that I understand sometimes things may not go your way. Okay. With that said, I would try, or I want to try to accommodate to my students. Okay. So I hope you can read this, but I read to you anyway. I strive to make my classes accessible to whatever students happen to walk through the door. So here, obviously online, everyone has a right to the full experience of the university education they have earned by admission and or tuition payment. You could be night owls, English learners, introverts, rebels, loud talkers, assault survivors, grieving students, anime fans but only like the subs and not the dubs. If you're injured students, disabled students, people with dial-up internet. This is very important. Okay, people who wear sunglasses indoors because it's like too much. If there's something you need to help you to succeed, let me know. If something in this document is freaking you out, then we can also discuss. Okay. I'm strict, but I'm also flexible. So if you have issues, please come to me. If you don't come to me, then I wouldn't know. Okay. Um, and if you want to do more, we have a course, an online course at Uniza. So Uniza has this EduFlex, and there's a course called Being Persuasive. If you want to join, you may join. So you can go to the link. Okay, and there's also FutureLearn. FutureLearn is actually an international platform where you are given the chance to learn from the professors, from the experts all over the world for free. Okay, so you can go and have a look if you want to to do more. Okay, and I think also that's about it, isn't it? I think yes, that's about it. Any questions? One, I have been talking non-stop. Water.
I think I don't have questions for now.
I think. Go ahead.
No questions for now.
Okay, no questions. Thank you, Rafida. Anyone else? So hold on. Okay, so if there's no question, let's take our first attendance. Okay, this one. Okay, so I think I saw Aida Tun just now. Aida Tun, are you here?
Yes, madam.
Okay, thank you. Ardini? Is Ardini here? No? Okay. Arifah? Arifah, are you here? Nope. Dia Ulwani.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Haris Firdaus?
Present, Miss.
Here, madam.
Huda? Okay, Arifah is here.
Yes, I'm here.
Is that Huda?
Yes.
Okay. Haikal?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Hazim? Okay, thank you. Khairi?
Yeah.
Thank you. Asif?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Shahid? Yes, I see you, Arifah.
Here, madam.
Okay, Shahid. Okay. Ni Asma.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Nur Huda?
Yes, madam.
Rafida? I see you. Nur Azlina?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Adilia?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Aisha?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Ain Hanani?
Here, madam.
Okay. Aina Najiha?
Yes, doctor.
Okay. Alia Atika?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Alia Atira?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Atira? Oh dear.
Yes, madam.
Okay. Dini Sophia?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Fatihah Atira? Oh my god, you have 3 Atiras. Okay. Nazirah Balkis? Nazirah Balkis? Okay. Shamimi?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Zahra? Okay. Zarfan? Zarfan? Not here.
Zarfan is exchange student to Erlangga.
Ah, okay, I see. Thank you for letting me know. Farhana? Okay. Shakira?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Yumna?
Here, madam.
Okay. Putri Nabila?
Here, madam.
Okay. Rifki? Okay. Rihanna?
Here, madam.
Aisha? Okay. Sofuroa?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Umi? Okay. Samiza? Amar Fahim?
Yes, I'm here, madam.
Okay, that's everyone except for. So can I just confirm again whether Ardini is here? Okay, so you're not here. Okay, so with that said, I just want to ask. I know I mentioned earlier that we might not have to have class on for tutorial this Wednesday, or do you want to have classes on on Wednesday? Let me. What do you think? What do you think? It's okay if you don't want to have classes, live sessions like this, because I already mentioned your submission to these names here will be considered as your attendance. Okay, but we'll see each other on Sunday the 13th. Okay, yep. we'll see each other on Sunday the 13th for our second lecture. Okay. Is that okay that we don't have this live session on Wednesday?
Yes,
Okay.
Doctor.
Okay,
Thank
madam.
you. I think I missed a question earlier, wasn't it? Hold on. This one is, we have C hijau and C kuning for C class. Do we have different class members in the group assignment? What do you mean, Dia?
Meaning, we in a group we have a member from si hijau and also si kuning.
What is C hijau and C kuning?
Sebab si kelas si ada dua kelas. They already
English,
divide.
please.
We have two groups for C class. You know, si hijau and also si kuning.
Oh.
Do you get it?
Why do you divide into two? But everyone's
Uh,
here, right?
Madam, it was because for some course, like we need to divide our group to two. So that's why it was si hijau and si kuning.
Or like AC and BC?
Yes, like that.
Okay. No, I mean, but everyone's here for C, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you don't have to divide yourself. So the groups can be from either green or yellow or mix of both. It's up to you. As long as they belong to C. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Okay, so if there's nothing else, then I think I'll see you next week on Sunday, 11 to 1. And then by then, maybe Samiza can already inform me of your decision, whether you want to have live classes every week or it's up to you guys. Okay, please let me know the decision. Okay, thank you everyone. I'll share all the links, all the books, textbooks and everything on Clip, which I believe you have enrolled in. Okay, with that said, thank you so much everyone. You may now leave the session. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank
Thank you so much,
you.
Doctor.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.